Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Talk. Today, we're not going to talk about school anymore and depression. We're actually going to talk about what had happened to us on our vacation.
This is the actual life podcast. Where do we begin? I guess we'll start off with 2 weeks ago. So I went on a business trip, my company. We went to, there's little airports and little towns, and
Right.
this is definitely, I don't think that's even small enough to describe the place we went. Little tiny place in the middle of nowhere in Michigan, on the
Right.
border of Canada, and
Right.
they have a small airport. Probably, it has one gate. It has two planes every day. That's it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, damn, this is really small. But we're here for business. Go to the business trip. Goes well. Yeah, we got all the data we were supposed to get, and so we're like, all right, time to go home. So, got to fly out of this airport again, and we got to fly in. I got to fly out of the airport now, and basically, what happened was we get a call. Our flight was at 7 a.m. in the morning. We get a call at 6 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hey, just to let you know, there's a small problem with the plane this morning. Don't worry, it just delayed until 9 o'clock." And we're like, "Oh, okay, that's not too bad. We'll leave at 9 o'clock. That's good. Actually can stop and get breakfast now since we don't have to be at the airport for another extra 2 hours as we were driving there." So we're like, all right, we're waiting in a small terminal with all the other 25 people since the plane only holds like 30 people max.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they give us another call like, hey, there's still some, we still got some fueling stuff we gotta do. We're gonna push you guys back until 10 a.m. And then me and my boss started getting we're like, oh, okay, listen, we kind of have like connecting flights, because this small airport you can't fly. I can't fly straight to where I live from this small airport. There's no way. It only flies out
Right.
to Detroit and Minneapolis, and then you're supposed to connect flights there. So I had like a bunch of connections. I was supposed to go from Minneapolis to like LaGuardia. No, I was supposed to go to Minneapolis, somewhere I forgot somewhere else, then LaGuardia, and then back home. So it was like I had like four connecting flights. I was like, all right, listen, like this flight's like now like starting to get to the point like I'm gonna have to start rescheduling flights. And then Delta's like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna you get free reschedules. We're sorry for the delay and everything. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You guys give me free reschedules. Maybe I can get a better flight. I actually ended up getting a better flight. It's like, oh, you can just take two things. This is two detours this time. Two layovers instead of three. I'm like, oh, okay. Got a little bit
Nice.
better flight. Got a little nice seat and a nice little corner seat. I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. Then all of a sudden, you get another thing from Delta. All right, the pilot comes on board. All right, we're gonna be honest with you guys. The plane got hit by a bird. We don't know if it will fly. And we're like, what? This is now 11 o'clock now. And they're like, but don't worry, we're just gonna go run some tests. We should be in the air by 1. And we're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we want to fly in this plane now. And we're like, oh, I don't know. People started like, all right, can we there's a second flight that's leaving. Can we get on that one? And the guy's like, oh no, that flight's completely full because there's only 30
Yeah.
people. 30 people signed up for it. That's it. You can't. Like, all right, just to let you guys know, the next flight out of here that has empty seats is 6 days from now. And we're like, what? They're like, yeah. So basically, you have to wait for us to fix this shit right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. So my boss is with me. My boss is like, all right, we'll just rent a car and we'll drive to Detroit. It's like a 5-hour drive. We don't have to worry about the freaking plane being hit by a bird or something. We go over to the rental car. So first of all, to explain this airport even further, this airport is probably less than 50 yards big. You have the gate, you have the security checkpoint, you have the Delta check-in, you have a little baggage thing, and you have the rental car place, and that's the whole airport. We go over to the rental car place, no one's in there. And then we find out that the rental car people, because there's only 2 flights a day, they don't stay for the day. They just come in for 30 minutes whenever the flights are, and then they leave. So we couldn't get a rental car because nobody was there. And so like, oh my gosh. So like, all right, we're just gonna go wait we're gonna go outside. Maybe we'll go like explore the area and see if there's something around here that we can do. There,
Right.
there was nothing. What surrounded this airport was a rundown diner that was half destroyed. I think they were
Oh
doing renovations
no.
or anything, but it just looked like a place from like a sketchy movie, honestly. And
No,
then there
no.
was a prison, and that was it. Those were the only two things
Dude,
around
that
the
would have prison.
airport.
And there was a prison. Well, not even a jail. Not even a jail. It's a prison.
So this airport was a converted
Oh.
military base, and so they turned. It was an old Air Force base. They turned the runway of the Air Force base into an airport, and then they turned the barracks of the Air Force base into a prison. So now we're just like, oh my gosh! And then the airline's like, we're so sorry. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We're gonna get you guys. We're gonna help. We're gonna make it right. You know how they made it right? They got us the shittiest pizza from like that took an hour to get there because there's no local pizza places. The closest plane was like fucking miles away. They got us cold shitty pizza, and they're like, oh, but we only got 4 pies, and we're like, there's 30 of us here waiting, including the pilot and the crew and everything, and you got 4 pies of pizza for everybody to eat because there's nothing else to eat around here. Okay.
That fucks you up. See, I don't know. I don't know about Delta. Like, here's the thing. When I went to Texas, it was on a Delta flight. So I didn't hear anything about Delta. I don't know anything much about Delta. I looked at the flight, when we're gonna hit Atlanta, because we had to hit Atlanta and then go to Texas, and it was like Boeing something. It was like a Boeing and then a number. I'm just like,
Yeah.
wait, didn't Boeing crash? Don't they have engines that are too close to the nose that it dips too much?
Malik, just wait till my second story. Don't you worry.
Go
don't
ahead
you
with
worry
your
about
second
that.
story. Go ahead
Well,
with your second story.
first of all, we ended up actually leaving at 6 p.m. from that area.
When
After
did
our
you
flight was
get there?
originally
Wait,
at
when did you
7.
get there?
We were supposed to be leaving at 7 a.m. We didn't leave until 6 p.m. They had
Oh
to fly another
my
plane in from Milwaukee
God.
to come pick us up, and then they had to make sure the plane it was about the same size, a little bit smaller. Come pick us up, and they drop us off in Minneapolis. I ended up finding a connecting flight straight home from there,
Thank
which was
God.
nice. But I didn't get up. I didn't end up getting home until like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to get home at 3. I didn't get home until 1 o'clock in the morning. I was livid.
Wow.
I was lucky though. My boss, their flight, their second flight got canceled again, and they actually ended up having to stay the night in Minneapolis at a shitty hotel, but Delta paid for it. And my boss was livid the next day at Delta. He was like, "Not only did I have to stay in the city after you freaking canceled the flight, but then you put me in the shittiest hotel."